Take off. Flying out. Nice shot! Flying out. Airborne. Enemy torpedo spotted. Target spotted. Enemy aircraft incoming. Enemy aircraft incoming! Flying out. Torpedoes!
Hello everyone, it's DFA, welcome back to the channel, and indeed the first tier 10 black ship comes with the major change from the regular Yamato. The Black Yamato comes without precise aiming 2 charges, but with rapid reload 1 and 2 spotting plane charges, as you've seen in the introduction. Does that make it a good ship? Let's find out. And yes, the comparison, it's going to be quite quick, because the Black Yamato is identical to the regular Yamato. You have a good survivability, pretty average to bad maneuverability. You do have those very nice 9,460mm guns, which do come with a very nice range stock. The accuracy is actually decent at 62%, and your DPM is actually quite nice. Unfortunately, your secondaries are not very good, only 6 155mm guns, so your auto secondaries are also, well, you have at least some auto secondaries, but they're not excellent, and your AA is pretty average for tier 10. And so it's actually a bit weird, because the first black ship, usually the black ships are an improvement over the regular ships of the line. In this case, it's completely different. Because the Yamato, what makes it absolutely excellent is indeed the 946cm guns, but mostly the precise aiming 2 charges that allow you to be hitting anything on the map very easily at any range. And yeah, that's absolutely not the case with that thing, because yes, you do get the plane that's going to increase your firing range up to 18 kilometers, that's very nice, but you do not have the precise aiming charges to go with that, and as you've seen in the intro, at that range you will certainly not be hitting your entire salvo, or even not, I would say you're lucky if you hit half of it. And so yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky, a bit like the Musashi, but without the very good secondaries, because keep in mind, your historical camo here does not improve the dispersion of the main guns. For that you need another camo. I don't know what the name of this camo is actually, but I think it's in the crate, so you cannot purchase it in the game. And so yes, while the historical camo it's going to increase the range of your secondaries to a very nice 7.5 kilometers, just like the Musashi, you are still only firing with 6 155mm guns. So yes, short range is not a very good option for you. You are best using that ship at mid-range, so basically like the Musashi, and because when you try to engage at long range like I'm trying to do here with that Iowa, RNG has basically to be on your side. There you go, that's a reasonable salvo there. And so we're going to go with the team. We know that there is a Shimakaze right in front of us. We're not going to play with our luck, and we'll actually try the spotting plane on that isolated battleship. And here we are. Sure enough, the view takes up immediately. And you see that it's actually not easy to be aiming. The ships are actually moving in a very disturbed pattern. And so yes, it does make the salvo look a bit like PC, so yeah, that's actually quite cute, but aiming, it's not really easy to see where the ships are actually going and how fast they are actually moving. So yeah, it does take a little bit of practice, but it's not completely impossible to do, to be honest. Or at least for a big battleship, because on smaller ships it's a little bit more difficult to be correctly estimating the distance. So there you go, there it was a little bit useful on that Iowa. And we did manage to put a couple of salvos into it, but I personally think that this is not the best use for the spotting plan. If you had had the precise aiming to charges, it would have been absolutely brilliant, but it's unfortunately not the case, so we will have to find another way to be using that plane. We will come back later on. Another issue I have with the spotting plan, and you might have missed it during our first sequence, is that you saw me activating the rapid reload, because it does take quite a little bit of time to set up, and although the duration of the spotting plane it's 30 seconds. Yeah, very often I found myself using my rapid reload. There you go, that's the bad secondaries of the Yamato in action, but very often I find myself using my rapid reload charge to make sure that I get my second salvo out while the spotting plane is still in the air, because yeah, it takes a little bit of time to set up. Maybe that's something that comes with a little bit more experience, but yeah, I wasn't very good at it, to be honest. And so yes, your rapid reload one is certainly not going to be increasing your capabilities at mid to short range, because you will be very often using it with the spotting plane. And so yeah, if you compare it with the normal Yamato, that's actually quite a lot to be giving up, huh? So we don't really we keep the crappy secondaries of the Yamato, but we absolutely do not have the amazing performance of the ship at very long range. And yeah, we could have killed that Montanayer, I'm pretty sure of that, but unfortunately we did not do it. Our Minotaur is not really able to protect us. I have no idea where he's going, so this is not going to be one of those games, and this is where the lack of precise aiming really hurt you. I would have loved to put a complete salvo into that Smolensk, but unfortunately RNG is trolling with me and I'm not able to do it. But yep, I do have another race up my sleeve. Say hello to my little friend Smolensk. Boom, there you go, I'm able to see you. And so for me that's probably the best use of that spotting plane, hitting retreating ships that thinks that's safe behind an island that you can actually not see, but estimating the direction and speed is a little bit tricky. You can get nice citadels anyway. And so can we do the same with the second one? It seems to be moving in. No, it's turning. We're not going to be able to hit this one, and I need to activate my rapid reload to make sure that I get enough time to be aiming. But yeah, I completely misjudged this one, unfortunately. And the other issue that you will have with the spotting plane is that your ship does not stop while you are fully aimed, and you will be hitting islands more often than not. So yes, we did get to test that on the test server with Wargaming a couple of weeks or months ago, and I'm really nice to see that some of the feedback we've provided was taken into account. It's a much improved version that we have here, but unfortunately it is still a little bit tricky to be using, especially on smaller targets. But okay, the Black Yamato is still a Yamato, and if you manage to get it into that kind of engagements, I would say around 9 to 11 kilometers, where your accuracy actually is not influenced that much by precise aiming too, you will still shine and deal a lot of damage. Yeah, because remember, you are still equipped with those beautiful 946cm guns, and as soon as an enemy battleship shows you a nice broadside like that at 9 kilometers, that is what happens. Unfortunately, we have two cruisers in front of us, the CV focusing us and a Shimakaze behind us, so this is where the game is going to end for me, I'm afraid. Time to debrief the Black Yamato. I would have had no problem recommending it if it had kept at least 2 precise aiming 2 charges, but they're trading your 3 precise aiming charges for a plane that is not functioning, that is actually not easy to use, and rapid reload charges that you very often end up using with said plane. That's a pretty bad deal for me. I do not recommend the Black Yamato in its current state of form. And so yes, nice attempt by Wargaming. I think that's very interesting that they're adding new mechanics like TIE spotting plane, but unfortunately it still needs a little bit of work to be completely efficient. So there you go, I go down, end of the game for me. That was DeathFromAbove signing out, bye bye!